Well, good evening, everybody. Greg Ratcliffe here, live at Houck Stadium, getting ready for tonight's game of the week featuring the Buena Bulldogs and the Cabrillo Conquistadors. The good news is the game will take place tonight. The bad news is it won't be starting until 7:30. The Buena team had a little trouble on the bus getting here from 101, little traffic issues, so they didn't get here till a little late. So the game has been postponed until 7:30. So come back and see us in about 30 minutes, and we'll get this thing underway for pregame, along with our exclusive interview with head coach A.J. Pateras, and then we'll have the kickoff at 7:30. So come back for the game of the week in about 30 minutes.
I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager for the City of Lompoc, and I rock out to KPEG.
Head coach A.J. Pateras. Listen to Conquistador Football right here on 100.9 KPEG.
Well, good evening and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight, it's the Buena Bulldogs versus the Cabrillo Conquistadors in an intersectional non-league contest. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from the press box at Houck Stadium, where the 0-4 Conqs get ready to face off against the 0-4 Bulldogs. Now, Cabrillo takes the field tonight after dropping a 43-0 decision to Pioneer Valley last Friday. That was their fourth consecutive loss to start the year, along with being the second time they have been held scoreless this season. Buena also coming off a loss as they fell to Dos Pueblos 41-7 a week ago. With a similar story, that represented their fourth straight defeat, including a pair of shutout losses in the 2 weeks prior. So, with both teams in search of their first win here tonight, this hopes to be a very spirited and competitive game. I had the opportunity to speak with Cabrillo head coach A.J. Pateras yesterday. We spoke about his team's performance to date and the hopes for a victory tonight. Let's listen in to what Coach had to say.
Well, I'm here with head coach A.J. Pateras. Coach, thanks for taking the time to meet with me. It was a couple of weeks ago when we last spoke. The season was just getting underway and you were full of optimism. Now, I doubt that's changed, but obviously things have not gone the way you have hoped. You're 0-4 after losing to Pioneer Valley last week. What is it that's not quite working according to plan?
I think it goes to a couple things. One, consistency. And I don't think it's a consistent approach in terms of guys showing up and trying to do their best. I think it's a consistent approach every day to preparation and studying, preparation into the mental mindset that you have to bring to a practice. And then it's remembering and focusing and bringing those skills and teaching times to the table on Friday and saying, I remember this from my training and my practice, and then executing. And I think we've just struggled at consistently approaching the week, the day, or even the game with a mindset that gives us the most and best chance to win. You'd think with seniors we would have had that gap bridged this year, but again, they're young kids and there's so many different things that distract them, so it's trying to get kids motivated each week, and some of that is self-motivation, some of that is things that we need to do differently in practice, and we've been, each week, each day we reflect and find where we need to go and what we need to fix, but it's just been lack of consistency. And when we start to see consistency, we kind of have that drop one day, and that one day can be Friday, it could be Wednesday, and you don't know what it's going to be with our group right now. So it's getting them to be more consistent in their approach, and when we have that consistency, we'll have success. But you can't make mental mistakes and physical breakdowns, whether it's Tuesday or Friday. You can't do them, and I think our boys are learning that process still, and I don't think anybody really loses that process of learning. So once we get more consistent in everything we're doing, we're going to have success. But again, it's a commitment to that consistency.
But on the positive side, what can you see that is working, and what areas have you seen some improvement?
Well, nothing's changed in the approach, of our coaching staff. I think we as coaches continually to be more hard on ourselves in terms of what do we need to do differently on the weekend, what do we need to do differently in practice. So we've as coaches have adjusted our weekends, adjusted our practice plans to accommodate for things that maybe we're not doing very well, looking at different ways to maybe modify our structure in terms of our game planning or our play calling or how we're going to structure our practice plan. So we're doing a lot of different things and just looking and evaluating our end. And then when it comes to the players, the effort's still there. The effort's still there, the energy's there, but it's consistency, finding them to find that baseline there of, hey, this is what's acceptable every single day. But we've got some leaders kind of poking their heads out, and I think when you have some failure, which is part of growth and part of success, you find who you are as a person. And most of our team is seniors, and most of them are going to go on to the real world in a couple months. And so this is really a good learning lesson for them. So we're right now starting to see who can handle some failure and how are they going to rebound. And so right now we're really seeing some growth. We just don't know where we're going to go with that yet. So it's exciting to see that. But effort and energy is still there. Kids are still working hard. We're still going hard in the weight room. We're still pushing them on the field, and there's no dip in that. And I don't think there's been a dip in that since I've been here.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the players. Do you have some guys that are stepping up to the challenges, showing some leadership roles?
Yes and no. I think there are times where we see some guys, today I know there's about 6 or 7 guys coming in at lunch to talk to me just about how things are going, maybe about the locker room, but I'll find out more about that this afternoon. But it's things that I think we've been asking over the last 2 years is defining leadership, finding out who understands what that definition is. I mean, we've got kids who think maybe a leader is a guy who yells. We got other leaders, well, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, so everybody should just see that and replicate. So I think they're still trying to find out what a leader is and what it entails. And so, Dana Pacheco has been really good at doing a lot of those things outside. Spencer Cothran is one of those quiet leaders who do as I do. Patrick Durham, I think, is finding his place, and his presence is huge. I think he's just trying to find where his voice fits. And so you look at those 3 guys, you look at Tito, Miza, and you go, those 4 guys have a presence in our program for our freshmen all the way up. And it's just, how do they do it? And I can't really give them the answer. It's more of one of those things where, on the field, what's acceptable in practice? In meetings, what's acceptable? In the weight room, what's acceptable? Grades. How are guys talking about the program? How are guys preparing? I think those things go to coaches. We can influence and we can dictate and mandate things, but it's the locker room where the kids control that stuff. The kids control the motivation. The kids control a lot of those things, and it's a lot of things that maybe us as coaches and adults who played in systems where that locker room environment was kind of taught by the older kids. And when you came into that role when you're a senior, most of those kids seem to already know what to do. And I think we've just kind of had a gap in leadership in the student area, and so kids are still trying to find who they are and what they're doing. And I'm excited to meet with the guys today at lunch and find out where their mind is and what they're trying to achieve as leaders. And we keep grinding, we look and reflect, and I think reflection is a powerful tool for our program in general to find out what can we do differently, how can we be better, and make changes as we need.
Well, I know 0-4 can be tough on a team, players and coaches alike. How's the morale holding up overall?
I think morale's fine. I think everybody's frustrated. We're not seeing results. For most of the year, we've been very inconsistent on offense. I think that's been our biggest issue. We've seen some success on special teams. A lot of big things that happened at Rio Mesa. In that Rio Mesa game, we saw signs of, clean up some things on offense and we're fine. And then the next week, kind of a self-destruct on all phases. So I think morale is more is fine in regards to kids are still showing up, kids are still working hard, kids are responding to coaching. I think what's frustrating, and I think for all of us, is we're not seeing the results, and we're putting in the time and the effort. And so I think it's a great life lesson, because there's never a time where you're going to work as hard as you possibly can, and you may not get that promotion. You may work as hard as you want, you may not get accepted to that college. And I think for us as coaches, it's reminding the kids that this is a part of the process in growth and success. And to be successful, and we've talked about it last week actually, was we told kids identify who you find is successful. And then you look at what they did and where they, how they got there. And most of those people they identified were people that have failed, struggled, or lost everything before they actually achieved something. And so, for morale, it's more of learning how to get tough skin, thick skin about any situation and saying, hey, really it doesn't matter what the external factors are. Show up, prepare, work your butt off. And when you continue to do that and you continue to do things the right way, things fall in line as needed. And so we're staying in that mindset. There's nothing's going to change that.
Well, the morale could get a big boost as you take on Buena this week. The Bulldogs are winless on the year. You're playing at home. This is a great opportunity to pick up a win. How's that matchup look to you?
Buena has struggled quite a bit like us. They've played a great schedule. Their non-league schedule has been very, very tough. I talked with their coach about a couple days ago, and he was like, I wish we had a little more control in our scheduling, because I think the 4 teams they've played can arguably, anybody could say that they're qualifying for playoffs, and they're going to make a run in CIF. All of them very, very talented. So I don't think, have had the chance of being a young team to grow with light competition. I think they're still trying to figure out who they are as a program under Ryan, but also as a team that's trying to get their feet on the ground. When you play Cabrillo, when you play Saugus, 2 teams that are perennial, going deep in CIF. You played, I think they played DP last week, and DP, CIF, championship game last year, runner-up. And then you got Santa Barbara, who's having a phenomenal year to start the year. So they've had tough competition, and so their failure might be more of a product of the competition they're playing rather than the lack of ability and skill. But I know they're young and they're learning. They've got a great offense and defensive line from what it looks like on film. They're big, they're physical, they use their hands real well. Young quarterback, some young wideouts, some young skill pieces. So it's going to be interesting to see how our veteran skill guys and leadership handles some of their veteran guys, and what our youth versus their youth does. But we're excited for the game. It's for us, it's salute to service as well. So we'll be recognizing the first responders and our military service members, and so it's an exciting time for that. And for playing Buena, 0-4, 0-4 for both of us. I look at it as it's the last test we have in our non-league to kind of find a path into league. And we go into our bye week next week, where we get to kind of get guys back from injury and kind of reassess where we need to go in certain aspects of special teams, offense, defense. But for the challenge going forward is Buena is our next opponent. They're on the road. We'll take a bus down to Houck like we always do. So like a road game for us, and we handle our business. And I look forward to the opportunity. I think our kids are excited about the opportunity. And when it comes down to the end of the game, it's going to be who prepared the best and who won our individual matchups. And for 0-4, you hope to see some improvement. You hope to see some change in maybe the process of how they approach the game. And we see some of those things in practice, and you hope they're replicated on Friday. But excited about the opportunity. This is an old Channel League opponent too, so it gives us a good idea of where we are when we go into Dos Pueblos in our first Channel League game.
Well, you mentioned injuries. Let's talk about that. Who's on the DL this week?
It feels like everybody is at times. No, we have quite a few linemen who are down this week. I won't disclose injuries of what they are, but we've got about 3 linemen down. Some guys kind of shuffling into roles that maybe they haven't played, or they've played something similar. So we'll probably be down. We'll probably be suiting under about 28 guys Friday, and it's a product of having low numbers in general. But you don't look down the sideline and go, all right, we're going to just create a guy and put him out there. Every kid we have is working hard, and we have the motto of next man up. So whoever's not dressed out Friday night, it's going to be more of a product of they can't go, they've tried their best to go, and their injury prevents them from that. And the next guy behind them is responsible for that job and has to prepare, and that's how we teach it. So next man up.
All right, Coach. As always, I appreciate the time. Best of luck against the Bulldogs, and go get that W for me, will you?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, we're back live now at Houck Stadium, and I am joined, as always, by the Statmeister himself, Mike Loney. Mike, both of these teams have struggled to start the season, but the good news is that one of them will pick up their first win tonight. What do the Conqs have to do to make sure they get that elusive W?
Well, for both these teams, it comes down to one simple thing: score points. Neither one have done very well in that category so far this year. It's kind of the resistible force meets the movable object tonight for both teams. Both teams are scoring about 5 points a game and giving up a whole lot more than that. So whoever is actually able to move the ball probably has a good shot at winning it.
Now, Buena has scored 21 points through their first 4 games. Cabrillo has scored 20 through that same period. So they're looking for some little offense from both these teams tonight. And we are about ready to get underway. Buena will receive the opening kickoff. This is a little
flop. Goes out of bounds at about the 33.
Got to shank that one about the 35-yard line. Flags come flying on the first play of the game. Our head official is Bobby Kennedy tonight. He will tell us what the Bulldogs will do.
Bobby is so shy.
Buena in their traveling white uniforms. Cabrillo on the home.
Looks like they'll take the ball at the 40 and
Bulldogs will take over at the 40. Here we are underway.
No time elapsed, so
first snap of the game is a running play right up the middle. Cabrillo defense all over that one. Back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
21 Aguilar on the carry. He was stopped by number 33 for the Conquistadors.
No gain, second and 10. A lot of speculation about this game this evening. Who can score the most and who can get started first?
Or who can score, period.
Yeah. A little sweep. Number 81 breaks the tackle, gets across the 45 to about the 47. Terry Johnson was the carrier.
Yeah, he's kind of their big play wideout.
About 7 on that one. We'll call it 3rd down and 3. Well, just shy of the 47-yard line. Game delayed 30 minutes as the Buena Bulldogs bus got tied up in traffic on the 101. So we just
they'll come running to the near side here, and that's going nowhere.
Sweeping the other direction, stop for a loss of about 3.
Aguilar again, and that looks like Patrick Durham, number 34.
All the way back to the 44. 4th down and 6 now for the Bulldogs. And they'll be forced to punt after a 3-and-out to start the game.
Aguilar appears to be the deep man in the punt formation. And
2 players back deep for the Conqs right around the 20-yard line. It's the kick away, fielded at the 28-yard line, a little lateral over to the far side. And streaking down the far sideline. Ball pops loose, but goes out of bounds in midfield. Tyler Williams took the lateral from Mason Towns and it runs straight down the far sideline to midfield.
Made the lateral at the 28-yard line.
So Cabrillo pulling out a little trickeration here already to start the game. They'll spot it actually at the Cabrillo 48. So they'll have nice field position to start their first possession of the night.
At 10:08 remaining in the first quarter.
Just underway here at Hawk Stadium tonight after a 30-minute game delay.
The St. Louis San Ynez game was also delayed because St. Louis was having trouble navigating the 101 tonight.
Must be some heavy traffic on the freeways this evening. And whistles will stop this play before it starts. Sideline warning against the Conquistadors. No harm, no foul in this case, unless they do it again. You heard the coach in the pregame interview, hopefully, talking about this being their last tune-up game before league play starts. Cabrillo will have their bye week next Friday.
And they definitely need some time off to get some people healthy. They suited up 28 players tonight.
Got some people out. A week off will give them some help. 1st and 10 for the Conqs. Straight up the middle we go. Visa on the first carry of the evening.
Picks up a couple.
Number 1, David Duncan, and number 22 of the
Ball right at midfield at the 50-yard line. Pick up 2, 2nd down and 8 for the Conqs from there.
And that appears to be the Conquistador 50, right?
I would say so. I would agree with that. We'll take a look at the last 4 games for both of these teams as time allows. Right now it's 2nd and 8. Anderson from the shotgun. And off again to Visa. Finds a little room on the left side, gets across midfield into Bulldog territory, down to about the 47. We'll give him 3 on that one and call it 3rd down and 5. Need to get down to the 42.
And Greg, I'm getting notifications on my phone. This game is streaming live on TapTV.com.
It is. Third down and 5. Straight up the middle goes Visa.
He'll be just shy.
He'll get down to the 43. Needed the 42, and it'll be 4th and 1. A short one.
About the length of a football.
Yeah, about a half a yard. Interesting decision for the Conquistadors.
Yeah, I think
they go for this thing.
don't think there was any hesitation whatsoever.
4th and short, the Conqs will go for it. Tight formation and movement all over the place is going to cost them 5 yards.
Oh my gosh. Looked like everybody on the right side went except the center.
So from 4th and about the length of the ball to 4th and a long 5, all the way back to just inside the 48.
Stops the clock with 8:12 remaining.
And it also changes the play. The Conquistadors will punt this one away now.
Punt reception formation is
One man deep, just about the 15-yard line.
Morris.
And that was a costly false start.
Yes, it was.
High snap, fielded though, no pressure. Kick is away. It's a line drive kick.
Low kick.
And it will roll.
Picked up by 5 and
Picked up late.
hit immediately.
It was Devin Morris that picked it up. Thought he was going to let it die, but picked it up and was tackled pretty quickly at the 17, looks like.
Gain of it. He picked up a couple on a return.
So Buena will take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line with 7:40 remaining here in the first quarter. No score here from Hawk Stadium.
Clock moving quickly. Not so much the offenses.
And don't worry, you didn't miss the first quarter. We did start till 7:30, folks. Straight up the middle goes the running game across the 20 to about the 22. Powell Mathis on the carry.
Yeah. Number 2.
Looks about to be a 5-yard gain. Maybe 4. Call it 4.
And that was just a gap up the middle.
2nd down and 6.
We're again playing second down, 2nd and 6, ball 22-yard line.
And they'll come out trips right.
And one up top from the shotgun. Quick throw out to the right side, complete. Cabrillo defense collapses on that one very quickly.
Tried that bubble screen over there, and they got the ball. They did not get the screen.
Terry Johnson on the catch, tackled very quickly at the 24-yard line for a short gain.
They had a gain of 1.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 from the 24. We'll send 2 receivers to either side this time.
Hard count, tried to draw Cabrillo offside.
Medina back under pass.
Linebacker.
Completed. Yep. Dancing down the near sideline. Gets inside Cabrillo's 50-yard line and down to the 45.
And that was to number 5.
Number 20, Jason Towns.
Robert Buckley on the catch and run.
And first down goes to Buena.
Into Cabrillo territory at the 45-yard line. First down from there. We are halfway through the first quarter here already. Back to the run game we go. Devin Morris trying to get off to the left.
And he'll be eaten alive.
Loss of about 3.
8 and 23. McNamee and Lebrano. Loss of 3.
2nd down and 13. The ball now back at the 48-yard line.
And that 31-yard reception may be their longest play all season.
Wow. Okay.
Looks like he's
up top.
Looks like he's changing the play, and
little screen to the left, incomplete.
Number 10's pass. Intended for number 12, Zach Babcock, incomplete. Incompletion brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 13.
The quarterback is Owen Medina. He's a sophomore.
They have used 2 quarterbacks. The other one was a junior, and neither has been terribly effective.
Medina's 6 foot tall, 144 pounds listed.
So 3rd and 13 at the 48-yard line of the Conquistadors.
3 receivers to the right.
Blitz coming.
Throw across the middle, complete.
That pass
at the
underneath
40.
again.
Pass number 5. Devin Morris. Made by 24, the Conquistadors, Hernandez.
Hernandez able to get him down a couple yards short of the first down.
Down to the 37. It will be 4th and 2. I would expect the Bulldogs to have the same attitude that the Conquistadors did in this circumstance.
No, there is absolutely no indication that they were even thinking about the possibility of punting.
4th and 2, and they will line up to go for it. 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top.
And up to number 2.
Number 2, that's Bruce Powell Mathis, and he's going to get stopped for no gain. Spencer Cawthron on the stop for the Conqs, and the Conquistadors will take over on downs, 1st and 10, as the defense comes up with a big stop.
Yeah, and he brought some help with him, and Powell Mathis got fouled. 4:27 in the first quarter, and as the Conqs begin their second possession.
They'll start at their own 37-yard line. 1st and 10 from there.
Flankers wide to each side.
Anderson from the shotgun.
Deep single back. Wingbacks on each side, and it looks like we've got delay of game.
Conquistador 5-yard penalty brings us back to the 32-yard line. Still first down, 1st and 15.
Well, that's a couple of penalties so far the Conquistadors have not needed.
1 for each foot.
1st and 15 now from the 32. Same formation. From the shotgun, Misa tries the right side. He'll get pushed back after a gain of a couple.
Yeah, it's difficult to run forward when you're carrying 7 guys on your back.
Mm-hmm.
55, Jorge Valenzuela, number 1, Dave Duncan.
Give him about 2 on that one. It'll be 2nd down, 13. Ball now on the 34.
Ball spot on the 34-yard line.
I'm a little shocked that he was able to gain anything on that.
He did have a pile of white jerseys on him, that's for sure.
That was a very tough run.
Inside 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, moving very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Started late. We may get done early.
The Conquistadors sticking with the ground game. That one not successful at all.
Yeah, I think they're going to give them to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose this stick back about 3 inches, but
we'll call it no gain. 3rd down and 13 from the 34. Both teams trying to find some offense. A couple of little pass plays by the Bulldogs that worked fairly well in their last possession. But Cabrillo came up with a big defensive stop. Now they're faced with a 3rd and long of their own.
Bringing a back underneath just in front of all the linebackers.
Anderson takes a snap just as the whistles go off, and we've got another delay of game call. That'll cost them another 5. It'll be 3rd down and 18. The ball now at the 29. They need to get all the way out to the 47. Dare I say it?
Retrograde motion?
Retrograde motion.
I'll say it to save you the pain here.
So we'll line up and try this one again. 1 receiver up top, 2 here to the near side. Anderson fakes, rolls right, takes a big hit as he throws. Pass is complete and out of bounds at the 37.
Right near the sticks.
Right now, the original 1st down line. Out to the 37, but they need to get out to the 47 for a 1st, so it is 4th and 10, and they'll have to punt it away.
Jordan Green, for the Bulldogs number 5, Devin Morris.
Kick is away.
Another
line drive picked up at the 30 after one bounce.
And
a couple of flags go down as the runner goes down at the 40.
Devin Morris.
Yeah. He got about 8-9 yards on the return, but there were hankies all over the place.
It was Morris on the return. 2 flags laying inside the 35-yard line. That'll be an illegal block.
Illegal block is the indication against the Bulldogs.
And that'll back them up a little bit. See where they'll spot this thing. 10 yards from about the 35. It'll be somewhere around the 25-yard line.
And they'll take the ball back to the 22.
But at the 22.
Bulldogs.
First and 10, Buena from there. 2:44 remaining here in the first quarter. We are scoreless from Hawk Stadium. 2 receivers to either side. Quick pass to the near side, complete. That's 81 again, Terry Johnson.
Hit almost immediately by number 20 for Cabrillo. That would be Mason 10.
Advance the ball out to the 27 for a gain of about 3 or 4. Second and 6 for the Bulldogs. Two receivers up to the top. One here to the near side. Again from the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all.
Robert Aguilar, number 21, the ball carrier.
Aguilar again.
Bulldogs.
34 on the stop. And gain of a couple inches.
Is that our first Scotia of the night?
I don't know. That might be.
It could be a little more than a Scotia.
Yeah, that might be a smidgen, Greg.
Okay. Hard to tell from this distance. Yeah. A minute and a half left here in the first. It is 3rd down and 6 for the Buena Bulldogs.
Yeah, don't want to burn our Scotia quite this early.
That's true.
I have a feeling we might need it later.
Fakes the handoff, rolls left, throws, complete at the 40. Turns upfield and gets to the 45-yard line.
It looks like number 81 again. 41.
Michelle.
Number 41 with the catch and run and a first down for the Bulldogs at their own 45-yard line.
Minute 9.
And rolling. Back to the ground game. A little seam right up the middle.
Yep.
Aguilar will get inside Cabrillo territory and down to about the 42. In fact, that play was originally meant to go right, cut it back inside, and found some nice green.
51.6.
First down from the 42. Back-to-back first downs for the first time this evening.
They have not been thick upon the ground.
No.
The new side looks excellent. Huh?
Shotgun snap, run up the middle, breaks a tackle, and then it'll get stood up at about the 38-yard line.
And there was a blitzer that ran right past him.
Gain of about 3. We'll make it 2nd and 7. Inside the 40 to the 39. And that looks like it will probably be the last play of the first quarter.
They break the huddle with just over 5 seconds.
See if they can get a snap off here.
And I don't think they're going
to.
They just did.
And straight up the middle, powering down to the 20. Bruce Powell Mathis got that play just off before the quarter ended.
And he's down to the 20-yard line.
And that'll end the first quarter after a nice run by the Bulldogs. 12 minutes complete here at Hawk Stadium tonight. Our score is Cabrillo nothing, Buena nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And KTNK, AM 1410.
Take a moment and give a special howdy to our good friend Jess, He is an avid KPEG listener. Checks out new tracks every Friday night. Listens to the game afterwards. Thanks, Jess, for getting in touch with us. We appreciate you listening. And I got your message as well. You were interested in a specific song that we played a while back. I'm going to send you some information on that as well. But in case you're with us this evening, I want to let you know that song was called Never Again. It's by an artist that we have several songs in our library of, a guy named Jim Bianco. It's off of his 2008 album called Sing. And that's for you, Jess. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you being a KPEG fan, and I will send that information to you later as well. Thanks, buddy. Hang in there. Back to action. We will turn around and go in the other direction now. The Buena Bulldogs heading from right to left on your radio dial at the Cabrillo 20, first down. First time in the red zone for either team tonight. And Cabrillo needs to come up with some defense here. A little bit of a run here by the Bulldogs. From the shotgun, back to pass. Throws complete, got a man all alone in the flat. And he'll get down to the 10-yard line, very close to a first down.
Pass to number 48, Alex Tafoya. Number 29, Zachary Porter.
Just shy of a first down by about a half a yard. Second down.
They're going to pick him on to play second down and 1. All the 11-yard line.
Second and short. They'll send two receivers here to the near side. One on the wide, one in the slot, one up top. Again from the shotgun. Back to the ground game. There's Powell Mathis on the carry.
Bruce Powell Mathis, the ball carrier.
He'll pick up about 3 or 4. It'll be first and goal, Buena.
Nice little drive the Bulldogs are putting together here.
7-yard line, first and goal. 4-yard pickup for Buena on the play.
First and goal from the 7. Bruce Powell Mathis, he's listed at 5'9", 176, but he runs bigger than that. There he is again, straight up the middle. He'll get inside the 5 to about the 3. So got about halfway home with that carry, and the Bulldogs are quickly back up to the line to run another play. And whistles will stop the action. Cabrillo will take a timeout with 10:47 left here in the second quarter. Scoreless at the moment. Bulldogs knocking on the door. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And KTNK.
Don't forget, we got
10 a.m. on the Cabrillo Radio Network.
Streaming live as well at kpegradio.com. Tell your friends and family that live out of town and want to check out local high school football, they can do it with us all around the world at kpegradio.com.
And got a message from Judy. The St. Louis was up on San Ynez 7-0. By the time I got to it, they were up 10-0. And Pacifica is now leading Santa Barbara 13-0.
So San Luis made it to the game?
St. Louis apparently showed up.
Okay, that's
good. At least a couple different
yes,
competitions.
Yes. Back here to Houck at the second down and goal for the Buena Bulldogs. The ball at the 3-yard line. There's that number 2 character again. Straight up the middle. Did he get there? No. Just shy of the goal line. It'll be third and goal. Inside the 1. Bulldog trying to get the first score of the evening. Don't have a lot of word on their kicking game, but I can imagine this is probably 4-down territory.
Well, they actually have a fairly decent kicker, and we'll talk about her in just a moment.
Her is the key word there. Number 2, touchdown.
That was Bruce Powell Mathis again.
And the Buena Bulldogs come up with an impressive drive.
And score with just over 10 minutes left in the first half.
So here's your opportunity to talk about a kicker, Mike.
They have a number 9, Kaylin Butterbaugh, If that buggerball name sounds familiar to somebody who's been around the soccer world, her mom was the coach at Buena for the girls' soccer team. Won 17 league championships and 4 CIF championships.
That's a pretty good resume.
Yeah.
And just for the record, she just kicked the extra point. It's good. So it's 7-0.
Kaylin is a massive 5'1", 125 pounder. She's a 15-year-old sophomore and was all league last year on the soccer field, soccer pitch, if you will. And
did a great job putting that one through the upright.
Yeah.
And she'll be out here to do the kickoff as well.
Redhead, lots of freckles and braces. So
good to see her out there. That is great.
So if your image of a football player is somewhat different, get used to it.
Way to go, young lady. That is excellent. 7-0. Buena leads and are set to kick off. Short end over end kick. Fielded at the 24.
Number 3, and he's got
look at this. Only got the kicker to beat.
And he's got speed. And he took that
Tyler Williams
took that at about the 23. And
75 yards later, Tyler Williams is in the end zone. Touchdown, Conquistador. They're playing my favorite song, Mike.
Yes, they are. 9:55.
Well, that's a nice way to put some points on the board.
Yep. Great way to answer.
7-6 is our score. Point after coming up. Kick is away. Looks good to me. Officials like it as well. 9:55 remaining here in the second quarter. We're all tied up. Cabrillo 7, Buena 7. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Cabrillo Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio, pushing buttons and clicking mices. Mices? Mouses. One of those. Anyway, she's doing her job and doing it well. And we're glad that you are with us tonight. Lompoc has the week off for their bye. We will be with the Braves next week when they come back to action right here at Houck as they host the St. Joseph Knights in their last preseason game before league starts the following week. Join us at 6:45, hopefully, for a pregame and 7 o'clock for the kickoff. 1 week from tonight here at Houck Stadium on KPEG Radio. Cabrillo set to kick off after a wonderful kickoff return for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. High kick, not very deep.
Fielded just inside the 20.
At the 18, and
here's a seam as well. Look out, coming down the near sideline, trying to pick up a blocker. Cuts it back in. One more guy to beat.
Good grief.
This is going to be a touchdown for the Buena Bulldogs. An 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
82 yard.
To answer Cabrillo's 75-yard. Penalty flag down, however, at the 36. So this is coming back.
Holding at about the 36 of Cabrillo.
Oh, boy. Flag down at the 36. I'll mark it back to the 46. That'll take 6 points off the board for the Bulldogs. That's a heartbreaker for Buena. But a bullet dodged by the Conquistadors.
Yeah. I don't know if they dodged that one. I think it took a little bit of skin with it. But they will take it.
But the Bulldogs will have terrific field position on the Cabrillo side of the 50.
Mm-hmm.
At the 46, to be precise. 1st and 10, Buena from there. We got 9:41 left here in the second quarter. We're tied up at 7.
Each side. Try and run.
Yeah, find some room inside the middle. Aguilar down to the 36.
And then the stop for the Conquistadors.
33 in the start, Spencer Kaufman.
Just enough to move the chains, Mike. First down, Buena. Just inside the 36-yard line. First down, Buena from there. So the Bulldogs having a little bit of success offensively here. We'll sweep left this time. Down to about the 32 goes Aguilar.
And hit by 3 and 33 again.
Tyler Williams. Spencer Coffin make the stop. And it'll be second down and about 6. Two receivers up top, 2 here to the near side, operating from the shotgun once again. 3-step drop, ball across the middle. Off the hands of a defender, off the hands of the receiver, off the hands of another defender, and then onto the turf.
They tried that wingback coming over the middle again, and 54 Patrick Durham managed to just get a hand on it and start the ping pong action.
3 people touched that ball before it got to the ground. Incomplete. Third down. And whistles. Timeout called by Cabrillo. That'll stop the clock with 8:46 remaining here till halftime. We've got a 7-7 tie here at Ox Stadium, and you are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Cabrillo Radio Network.
Thank you so much.
Another special hi to some folks that are tuning in tonight on KPEGradio.com, listening all the way from Fresno State University, to be precise. Quick hi to Mary and Daniel, Yoli and Ruben. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the game. Have fun. Come home safe. We should mention tonight is Salute to Service Night here at Conqs Stadium. The Conquistadors, as they took the field, many of the players are carrying flags from not only the United States, but from all the branches of the armed forces, and first responders as well. So a nice tribute by Cabrillo here tonight. Salute to Service Night here at Howard. Devin Morris sweeps right.
He's going to be very close, but I think he might be just a bit short.
Down to about the 27, 26.
They're going to say fourth down.
Nope, they're going to say first down. Yeah. They just moved him. Must have just barely got inside the 26-yard line. First down, Buena.
Yards on pickup for the Bulldogs. Gain good enough for a first down, 1st and 10 at 26.
8.5 and rolling.
Howell Mathis on the carry, gets to the outside, sprints down the far sideline and gets inside the 5-yard line.
The 32, Alec Bourne made the stop for the Conquistadors.
Looks like they'll spot it at about the 4. First and goal from there. Buena had a touchdown wiped off on a kick return from a holding penalty.
22-yard pickup.
Trying to punch this one in anyway. That is Howell Morris again. Touchdown, Bulldogs. So with 8:07 left here till halftime, Buena's on the board again. It's now 13-7 with the point after coming up. Taylor Butterball in to do the honors once again.
Attempting extra point on number 10, Devin Morris.
Kick is up and away. It is good. So with 8:07 left here till halftime, the Bulldogs have taken the lead again. It's now Buena 14, Cabrillo 7. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And if you're wondering about Howell Mathis, he came into the game as their second leading rusher In their 3 games, he had 9 for 23, 8 for 9, no carries, and then 14 for 75, which is the most yardage any of the Buena backs has had in any game prior to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Aguilar, 14 for 46, 6 for 2, 6 for 6, and 12 for 66. So they have to be happy with what they've been able to achieve running the ball so far tonight.
I would think so, yes. Not a whole lot of offense there in the first quarter till the end, but Buena moving the ball pretty consistently here in the last couple of possessions. Another short end-over-end kick, bobbled at the 28, but picked up.
And I think one of the deep men called for a fair catch, and the up guy picked it up and started to run. And
that will draw a flag and a discussion.
And the call is delay of game because you call a fair catch and try and run with the ball, that's considered delaying the game.
Okay. So that means the ball was dead at that point, minus the 5 yards, takes it back to the 24. And Cabrillo will have 1st and 10 from there.
On their 4th possession. And they've got some time to work with here.
2 wideouts, 1 on either side. Anderson from the shotgun. Pitches to Misa. Gets a little seam on the left side and gets across the 25 to about the 27. Looks like about 3 for Misa. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Cabrillo will have their bye week next Friday.
And then they come back against Dos Pueblos.
They'll open league play against DP on the 28th. Yep, 2 weeks from tonight. Fake handoff.
Nice.
Throw complete on the far sideline.
And he managed to get it out just past the sticks.
Cody Forbes on the catch. He gets hit immediately, but got right to the 1st down marker. And it's 1st down, Conquistadors. Ball at the 36-yard line. Clock ticking. 7:15 left till half. 14-7 is their score. The Buena Bulldogs lead. Cabrillo trying to put together a sustained offensive drive here.
That was their first down.
Back to the running game we go, off the right side this time.
That was Misa again.
Misa will get a couple.
Stopped by number 55. That's Jorge Valenzuela.
It's out to about the 38. 2nd and 8 from there.
And we should mention that if you looked at the roster for the Bulldogs, number 74, Carlos Avila, is on crutches tonight. He's 6 foot, 394 pounds.
And I think we're just as well having him on the sideline. Run up the middle again.
Misa fights for a couple.
Give him probably 1. It'll be 3rd and 7. The ball just shy of the 40-yard line. And just in case you thought you misheard Mike when he said that, 6 foot, 394 pounds is Carlos Avila.
And he does not look fat.
No. 3rd down and 7. Fakes the handoff, throws across the middle, incomplete.
Picked
off at the 45.
Aguilar.
Picking up some blocks on the far side. And returns it all the way down to about the, where did he set that? The 30-yard line. Led the receiver just a little bit too much. And Aguilar was there to make the pick. And a nice return down to the Cabrillo 30.
5:38 remaining in the 2nd.
So all of a sudden, the Bulldogs in good shape. Man, timeout on the field. Let's see what this is about. 14-7 is our score. The Bulldogs on top and threatening to add more to that after a turnover. In a discussion with Coach Pateras and Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah. Coach Pateras does not look happy with the reaction of Bobby Kennedy.
I'm sure BK will explain it.
I think he's trying to say that something untoward happened on that play.
Okay, so they'll charge a timeout to Cabrillo. That should be their last one of the half.
That is correct.
Clock stop with 5:38 remaining till halftime. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Cabrillo Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio, and we thank you for joining us tonight here at Hawk Stadium for this non-league game. We'll be here all season long. Back to action, 1st and 10, Bulldogs. Back to pass on 1st down. Throwing to the far sideline, incomplete, but a flag comes out at the 10-yard line. Somebody's going to get called for getting a little handsy over there. The question is, who? Pass interference? Defense.
Pass interference indication against the Conquistadors.
That is a 15-yard penalty as opposed to a spot foul like in the big boys play. And a 1st down, 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. (14-7) score. Bulldogs on top. 2 receivers to either side. The ground game. Straight up the middle goes Powell Mathis again. He runs hard. He gets down to about the 7.
Runs hard and runs low.
You've heard the expression running downhill. That's very much what he looks like he's doing.
Pickup of 9.
2nd and 1. Oh, Mathis again.
Ooh.
He'll get the 1st down inside the 5.
Some serious collisions in there.
The scrum's still moving. Stop short of the goal line at about the 2 or 3.
1st down now.
Indeed, 1st and goal from the 2. Clock running inside, 5 minutes remaining till half. Medina will come in with the play, line up in the shotgun. 3 receiver set. Powell Mathis again, powering up the middle, reaches for the goal line and comes up a little bit short. Very, very much inside the 1-yard line, and a flag comes in well after the play. And some discussion. We have our first zebra huddle at the goal line.
Your favorite kind.
Indeed. That flag came in well after the whistle had blown, trying to separate the scrum that was going on at the goal line. Still no indication of what this is about. Waiting for Bobby to let us know. Well, the flag is still on the ground. There's no call, and they're going to run a play. So, snap is loose in the backfield. Ball is still loose. Nobody can get a handle on it.
I think Cabrillo finally picked it up.
2 people tried to pick it up and run the other way. But the Cabrillo Conquistadors will come up with the loose ball. And a big bullet dodged by the Conqs this time. They'll get control of the ball 1st and 10 at their 7-yard line. And Buena comes up empty from about a half a yard out on a bad snap. Big break by the Conqs. 2 people tried to pick that up and take it the distance and couldn't get a handle on it. Fortunately, One of the conquistadors able to fall on it, get
I
possession.
believe it was Trey Robeson.
So first down, Conqs. Anderson from the shotgun. Visa in the backfield. Anderson will keep it and roll left. Finds a little bit of a seam and gets out to close to the 10-yard line.
Number 3, Amos Lara, and 21, Robert Aguilar, Bulldogs.
And they're going to say he picked up about half a yard.
Okay, that's sort of like thought. You get out about the 8. Before a 2nd and 9 from there. Inside 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. 14-7 is our score. The Bulldogs lead. Again from the shotgun is Anderson. Low snap. Hand off to Biza up the middle. He'll get across the 10 to about the 13. We got third down. Third down at about 4 for the Conquistadors.
Third down, 3rd and 4. Yards to go before Conquistador first down.
One receiver wide to either side for the Conqs. Stick to the ground game. Miza again across the 15.
Close to the first down and a white flag.
Another late flag. Wow.
Number 3, Amos Lara, and number 21, Robert Aguilar.
It's going to be close to a first down, but we'll check out the penalty. Bobby Kennedy signals first down. Penalty is personal foul, Cabrillo. So first they get the first down, then they mark off the penalty. From that, the dead ball foul after the play. So they'll move the ball back to the 9.
It will be a first down.
That's the good news. You can find some good news there. 2:58 left here until halftime.
And we're starting to get some scores in from around the area. Rigetti is leading Soledad 21-0. Mission Prep is up on Layton 41-8 in the second quarter, both those games. Santa Maria, Mount Whitney underway, no score. St. Louis is up 10-7 on Santa Ynez now. Maricopa is getting pounded 40-0. Bishop Diego and Golden Valley are tied at halftime at 14. Templeton is down 40-21 in the second quarter. Paso Robles leads Pioneer Valley 14-0. Santa Barbara and Pacifica in the second quarter. Arroyo Grande is beating up on Napomo 24-0 at halftime. Carpinteria leads Fillmore 14-7 at halftime.
Arroyo Grande is looking tough this year.
Yes, they are.
Okay, back to action here at Houck. First and 10 Conqs.
5 wide.
And a quarterback keeper. Henderson up the middle for a few.
Picks up about 4.
Out to around the 12, maybe the 13. Second down. And 7. Clock running. 2:20 left here until halftime. One receiver wide to either side. Anderson takes the snap. Gives it to Miza. He gets hit once, gets hit twice, and finally he'll go down.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7.
Back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. It'll be a third down and 7. Clock running inside 2 minutes remaining. Cabrillo scored their touchdown on a kick return.
Saying he lost a yard on that carry. He's lucky he didn't get knocked into another dimension.
He took some shots.
He was getting pounded.
Third down. 3 receivers up top. Low snap.
Ooh.
Throw across the middle on the slot pattern, incomplete, intended for Eddie Little.
Throw it over everybody.
So 4th down and long, and the Conquistadors will have to punt this away with 1:24 left in the half. 14-7 is our score. The Buena Bulldogs lead. One man deep for the Bulldogs at about the Cabrillo 45. Looks like Devin Morris.
He's the guy who's been doing it.
And punting from the end zone.
Nice snap. Kind of an odd kick, but it gets a good roll.
Nice little roll, and will get across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
Got about
a touchdown.
Got about 10 on the roll.
So they'll put it at the 47 on the Cabrillo side of the 50. The Bulldogs will have a 1st and 10 from there with 1:15 left in the half. Buena up 14-7.
Big series for the Conquistadors here.
Yes.
Defense.
We need a defensive stop right here. Bulldogs will send 2 receivers to either side.
This is their 6th possession. Ooh.
This time,
Powell
Mathis will get hit in the backfield and pushed back.
Yeah, he picked up 3/4 of a yard.
Maybe. Even at all.
And he got hit in the backfield, managed to spin and dive and duck and weave, and somebody grabbed the back of his shirt and waited for help to get there, and they did in droves.
2nd and 10, we'll call it. Back to pass. Across the middle, there's going to be a flag for interference.
And I think we have a flag back here for holding or something.
Defender got there before the ball did. In the secondary, we got 2 flags down. One behind the line of scrimmage, one on the other side. We'll let Bobby sort this out. Holding. Buena.
Holding is the indication against the Bulldogs.
And still a flag down in the secondary where there was pass interference, but I guess the holding will wipe that out, interestingly enough. Okay.
Unless they were both for the holding call.
Yeah.
They're in the back was looking at that same area.
There certainly should have been a pass interference call. Anyway, 2nd down from the 43.
Waiting for you.
Pass across the middle again. This one will go incomplete behind the intended receiver at the 40-yard line.
And that was a great attempt by number 81, Terry Johnson. The ball was low and behind him, and he almost came up with it.
He put on the brakes and reached back and darn near plucked that one out, but not quite. It'll be 3rd down and 20 for the Bulldogs with 38.5 seconds remaining in the first half. We'll send 2 receivers up top, 2 here to the short side. Medina.
Give it to Aguilar up the middle.
We'll get across the 45 to about the 46. Short gain. It'll be 4th down. Clock ticking, 20 seconds remaining.
And we'll see if they actually punt it. Aguilar.
Inside 10 seconds, and I don't think they need to snap this before the high phone's out. So probably just let these last few seconds run away, and there it is. The half is over. 2 quarters, 24 minutes in the books here at Houck Stadium tonight. Our halftime score is the Buena Bulldogs 14, the Cabrillo Conquistadors 7. Cabrillo scored on a kick return, and the Bulldogs came up with a couple of sustained drives to get their 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. The Bulldogs have played better offensively than Cabrillo has, but the Conquistadors are still in this one.
Well, the Bulldogs showed up late, but they did show up.
Yeah.
And we got a game. We'll be back in 20 minutes. We're going to send you back to the studio for some pertinent information about things going on around the Lompoc Valley, and we'll see you for the second half. Stay with us, folks.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage. But the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over here! Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We hope you are enjoying tonight's game featuring the Buena Bulldogs and the Cabrillo Conquistadors. Next week, the KPEG broadcast crew will be right back here at Houck Stadium, where the Lompoc Braves will host the St. Joseph Knights. Join us for pregame coverage at 6:45, including an exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Then stay with us for the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the St. Joseph Knights versus the Lompoc Braves next Friday night. And it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right. We'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live tribalcast of your City Council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
So, you want to know what's new on KPEG? Well, we created the perfect solution, and we call it KPEG New Tracks. Every week, we'll showcase some of the new songs we've recently added to the mix, plus preview some tracks that haven't even made it into rotation yet. From indie to heavy metal, you'll hear some great new additions to the library, complete with artist and song title information. And who knows, one of them may turn out to be your next favorite song. Can you afford not to listen? It's KPEG New Tracks. Catch it every Friday night at 6 p.m. right here on your home for the greatest collection of rock and roll on the planet. 100.9 KPEG.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc.
And I'm Jasmine McGinty, Development Program Specialist.
Let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc.
Registration is now underway for the Lompoc Recreation Youth Basketball League. This program is open to boys and girls ages 4 years old through 8th grade. The Lompoc Youth League emphasizes learning rather than competition, while boys and girls are taught the basic fundamentals of basketball. Register in person at the Anderson Recreation Center.
Kids Love Soccer will start a new series running September 14th through October 19th. This non-league soccer program teaches the fundamentals of soccer for kids ages 2 to 10 years old.
Lompoc Recreation's Totally 80s Family Dance Party is now open for registration. This all-ages family-friendly dance event is on Friday, September 28th.
Fall has not yet officially arrived, but it's not too early to pick up an application to take part in this year's Lompoc Christmas Parade. Applications for Miracle on H Street are available at the Anderson Recreation Center and will soon be available at our recreation page at cityoflompoc.com.
District elections are around the corner in Lompoc. To help inform our community about this new district election process, we've created a district elections webpage linked from cityoflompoc.com.
Homework help is back at our Lompoc Library. Join us for Homework Club Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Visit our City of Lompoc website at cityoflompoc.com for more information on all these great events and more.
And be sure to follow the City of Lompoc on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for all the latest news in the city.
Thanks for joining us for the City of Lompoc News Update. We'll talk to you next time when we
tune in Lompoc.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
I shop and cook for my mom every week. I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
We hope you are enjoying tonight's game featuring the Buena Bulldogs and the Cabrillo Conquistadors. Next week, the KPEG broadcast crew will be right back here at Houck Stadium, where the Lompoc Braves will host the St. Joseph Knights. Join us for pregame coverage at 6:45, including an exclusive interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Then stay with us for the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the St. Joseph Knights versus the Lompoc Braves next Friday night. And it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, alright, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You gotta start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Casey Farah, your host for KPEG's Local Music Hour. Playing music from Lompoc and the surrounding cities. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. Right here on KPEG 100.9 FM.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes.
But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives and the Ad Council.
The World Wide Web has many things to offer, and one of those things is Tap TV. Just surf your browser to cityoflompoc.com/taptv. Click on any one of our 3 channels and you will see original, locally produced television. Between shows, we have a bulletin board loaded with announcements and events in Lompoc, with rockin' KPEG radio as the soundtrack. It doesn't stop there. You can make your own TV show. Just stop by the Lompoc Media Center at 125 West Walnut on the 3rd floor of the Anderson Rec Center, and we'll show you how.
Welcome back to Hawk Stadium, ladies and gentlemen, where we are about ready to get started with the second half. Our score is 14-7. The Buena Bulldogs lead the Cabrillo Conquistadors. Mike, what did you see in the first half worth noting?
Well, although they had plenty of opportunities to quit, the Cabrillo kid said keep. Yeah, I think we got that taken care of. The Cabrillo kids kept fighting. They have not given up, and they get the ball.
They do get the ball to start the second half. That is the good news. They haven't been able to generate a whole lot of offense. But they did have one exciting kick return for about 77 yards or so for a TD. They momentarily tied the score.
Some scores from around the area. The second thought leads Santa Barbara 27-7 at the half. And San Marcos, the other winless team in the Channel League, is up 7-0 on Channel Islands. We also have a score that St. Joe is beating up on Centennial. Carpinteria leads Fillmore 20-7. Roy Grande is up 38-0 on the Pomo.
And back to action here at Houck. Looks like a attempted onside kick with some whistles. And then offsides called on the kickoff.
Somebody ran across the line before the ball was kicked.
Did you say St. Joe was destroying Centennial? Did I hear that right?
That's what I'm hearing.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, you'll take the ball with the kickoff back to the 35-yard line.
The Knights must be for real.
Makes that game next week a little more interesting. And guess where you can hear that live?
And you can hear that live right here at KPEG. So we'll back up and do this from the 35-yard line this time. They'll kick it away. Another short end-over end kick. Fielded on the run at the 32.
Towns,
Mason Towns.
And he's got some running room.
On the far side, picks up the blocks, makes the corner, and gets inside the 45-yard line on the Buena side of the field.
22, Tyler Canal, and number 6, Kristen Ayala.
Looks like they'll put it at the 42, 43. So nice starting position for the Conqs.
Took that from the 31 to the 42, so nice return. Okay, I want to say 43 now.
First down the Conqs from there. Just underway here in the second half. 14-7, Buena leads. Cabrillo looking to take advantage of this good starting position.
If they could punch it in here and tie it up, that'd be a tremendous boost.
That'd be a real good thing. Anderson from the shotgun, hands off to Misa. Powers forward down close to the 40.
Fake that to Towns coming across from his flanker spot.
Give him a couple to the 41, second and 8 from there. Got another special howdy here to go. Some special folks, Izzy, Mikey, Coco, Buddy, and Sammy all listening to the game tonight. Thanks for joining us, kids. We will see you soon. Anderson
going deep.
Throws down the near sideline. Ooh, knocked away at the last second, incomplete. Intended for Jordan Green out there.
Aguilar on the coverage. That was a nice matchup.
Flag down around the line of scrimmage, however. In the backfield, actually. Let's see what this is about. $15 yards against the Bulldogs.
Might be
personal foul, roughing the passer.
Penalty on the play, roughing the passer is an indication against the Bulldogs.
That moves the ball all the way down to the 26-yard line, gives the Conquistadors a first down.
Their second first down. Does the game.
And their best field position of the night.
By far.
First and 10. 3 receiver set. Keeping the ball on the ground. Misa will try the middle and be very unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Stop on the line of scrimmage by number 50.
No gain for Tito Visa that time. Second and 10.
No gain on the play. Second down, second and 10.
Early third quarter here. 14-7. Buena leads with Cabrillo knocking on the door here a little bit.
Yeah, one of the guys on Sapamisa was Francisco Vega, who's a senior. He's 5'9", 263.
That's a big young man. Pitch, the ball is loose. Buena's got it.
Anderson had to pick the ball off the ground, tried to pitch it to Misa, and Misa could never quite come up with a handle. And number one for the Bulldogs, David Duncan, could.
So turnover goes the Bulldogs' way. And it'll be first down Buena from their own 26. And thus ends the Cabrillo scoring attempt. Scoring drive, scoring. Howell Mathis. Let's start calling him Power Mathis for the 30.
Number 33, Spencer Cochran, number 73, East Norris. 4 yard gain on the play for the Bulldogs, second down, second and 6.
Second and 6 from the 30. It was a very unfortunate turnover. Yep. 3 receivers up top, one to the near side, quick throw to the right, complete, got a couple of blockers.
And what a play. That was number 54. Patrick Durham just completely threw the blocker away and nailed the runner.
Indeed, that was a terrific play by Durham. Stop could have been a big gain.
Third down and 3 yards to go, ball at the 33-yard line.
It's now 3rd and 3. Trips right. This time, Howell Mathis will get stopped in the backfield for a loss.
And that was number 8.
Number 2, Bruce Powell
And
Mathis,
2,
ball carrier, stopping
Cade McNamee, and 73.
There's also on the tackle, number 8, Cade McNamee.
Loss of a couple. It'll be 4th down. And a punting situation for the Bulldogs.
Second punt formation for the Bulldogs. For 21, Dave.
2 men deep for the Conqs, so about their own 35. It's a fake. Trying to get to the inside, gets across the 35 to the 37. This is going to be really close.
I think he got there.
Big punt carried by number 21, Robert Aguilar.
First down, got just enough to get to the line to gain. And that was a gutsy call from that position in the field.
And he did a real good job of avoiding a couple tackles.
The ball just across the 37. And on 4th and 5, they line up to punt, run the fake, and make the first down. .820 and counting. First down from the 37-yard line now. Powell Mathis fighting his way for yardage across the 40 out to the 43.
He's just a little battering ram.
He is. Again, not that big. 5'9", 176.
Picked up about 6 on that one.
And he runs with some steam.
Yes, he does.
2nd and 6 from the 43. Excuse me, 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6. We'll get it right. Screen complete to the far side. This time we'll get some yardage on it across midfield to the 48.
That was Johnson again.
20 Mason Towns made the tackle for the Conquistadors. Completion's good into red territory at the 48-yard line.
Move the chains again for the Bulldogs. First down, Buena from the Cabrillo 48. Clock running, 7.5 remaining here in the 3rd. 14-7 Buena lead.
And the Bulldogs back in Cabrillo territory.
Powell Mathis again, proving hard to bring down once again inside the 40.
He's very close to a first down, but I believe he's about half a yard short.
20 Mason Towns, number 54.
Got darn near 10 out of that. You're right, Mike, about a half a yard shy. Second down and a short one. Ball inside the 39-yard line of Cabrillo. Powell Mathis again finds a gap on the left side. He'll get the first down and more, down to about the 32.
Finally wrestled down by Durham.
And move the chains once again for the Bulldogs. The ball just inside the 33. First down, Buena.
And if Durham had not made that tackle,
number 2.
Mighty Dog would have.
2 might have had 6.
Yes, indeed.
Terry Johnson goes wide right and whistles and flags.
I think somebody.
False start.
Early. I tell you who else we should mention for the Bulldogs, and that's a guy whose name we do not have, but he's wearing number 48, and he's playing fullback, and he's just been bouncing people.
Look on my secondary list of players. I don't have him over here yet.
5-yard penalty backs it up, making the first down at 15 yards to go, off the 38-yard line.
First and 15 after the 5-yard penalty. Clock running. 6 minutes, halfway through the third quarter. Fakes the handoff, back to pass, throws complete out to the far side. And down at the 30.
Completed pass to number 48, down at Tafoya. Number 20, Mason Towns made the stop.
And they're going to say 48 is Adam Tafoya. He just got that pass.
Second down, second and 7.
Ball down to the 30, got the penalty yardage back and 3 more, so it's 2nd and 7 from there. Rio needs to come up with some defensive magic here.
And Alec Tafoya is listed in the program as number 51 as a 6'3", 270-pound senior.
Looks about right. And timeout called by Buena.
Timeout charged to the Bulldogs.
Stops the clock with 5:13 remaining in the third. Buena leads 14-7. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week, right here on your home for local sports at 100.9 FM.
And KTNK, yeah, 1410 AM on the Cabrillo Radio Network.
And streaming live at kpegradio.com for all you folks out of town.
And if you'd like to listen to this broadcast or any of your broadcasts again, you can check out the City of Lompoc YouTube channel.
All our games are archived right there. That's right. Thanks for bringing that up, Mike. You can, if you just can't get enough of Mikey and me,
you can see a psychiatrist.
Yes.
And then
get some help, seriously.
And then check out YouTube. 5:13 remaining here in the third quarter, and this quarter is just flying by.
Take a quick look at the standings through the Channel League. Of course, these are non-league games, but we'll get to that in just a minute to let you know what's coming up. 2nd down and 7. Back to pass, quick throw, complete out to the far side. Breaks one tackle and dives forward to the 25.
And that was Devin Morris again. Caught a swing pass out there.
Made the first man miss and then died forward for several yards down to the 3rd and about 32, we'll call it. Ball just outside the 25-yard line. Need to get down to the 23. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top.
Huge play for Korea. Go up the middle, and it's going to be close.
Powell Mathis powering forward. Real close, Mike.
54, Patrick Durham in on the stop alone. Number 34, Dana Pacheco.
I tell you, Durham and Pacheco and Powell Mathis have had some meetings tonight.
Correction, it is a first down.
First down. Buena, just enough to move the Chicks.
Or even the chains.
Even the chain. Sticks, chains, them too.
Ball on the Cabrillo 22-yard line.
Four receiver set, one man in motion.
Oh, Mathis up the middle.
Up the middle, breaks a tackle, finds a hole. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Ball carrier takes the ball into the end zone. Touchdown, Buena.
22 yards.
And that was a nice little run there by Powell Mathis, who's showing himself to be a darn good little running back.
Attempt the extra point for the Bulldogs, number 9,
Taylor Butterball to kick.
Another nice kick.
Through the uprights, over the crossbar. It's good. 3:53 left here in the third. Buena has extended its lead. It's now Bulldogs 21, Conquistadors 7.
Not the most powerful kicker I've ever seen, but she's only 125 pounds, and they may be.
That's with pads.
With pads and some official weights, I think. She's 5'1". She's a tiny little thing.
Gets the job done. Doing a great job for the Buena Bulldogs. You are listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Cabrillo Radio Network.
I was going to tell you about the teams in the Channel League and how they stand as we get close to league play starting here in another week or so. Santa Barbara and Dos Pueblos on top at 3-1. Santa Barbara having a real good start to their season this year. San Ynez in the middle of the pack at 2-1. Lompoc batting 500 at 2-2. And San Marcos and Cabrillo rounding it out. The two winless teams in the league at 0-4. Cabrillo trying to change that tonight. San Marcos not having a whole lot of luck on their game, I don't think. Short kickoff fielded at the 30 and returned to about the 40.
Kickoff fielded by number 3, Tyler Williams, takes the ball close to the 40-yard line. Tackle made by number 81 of the Bulldogs, Terry Johnson.
So the Conquistadors will take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line with 3:48 remaining here in the third quarter. Buena now leading 21-7. I was going to tell you about the JV game as well that took place just before this one. Cabrillo lost a heartbreaker in that one. They were tied up 28 all and lost the game on a very late fourth quarter touchdown and 2-point conversion.
Yep. They were actually leading with 3 minutes to go.
Ooh. Powerful run on the right side. He's fighting for yardage. Gets about 3.
And on the tackle for the Bulldog, number 22, Tyler Tenol. Second out of 7.
We were commenting earlier before the game, right after the JV game finished, that we have yet to have a victory on this new turf here at Hawk Stadium.
You mentioned Santa Barbara leading, or at least leading the non-conference portion of the Channel League stuff. The team that's leading the Pacific View League, which is where Buena hangs out, is Pacifica, which is putting a pretty good shellacking on Santa Barbara as we speak.
5-yard offside penalty against the Bulldogs moves it up 5 yards. Gives the Conquistadors 2nd and 2. Visa will take it off the left side and move the chains for a first down.
Bulldogs cross midfield in the Buena territory at the 49-yard line. 3-yard gain on the play is enough for a Conquistador first down.
Into Bulldog territory. Go the Conquistadors, 1st and 10 from the 49.
And we're under 3 minutes remaining here in the third.
This will be a real good time for a quick score. Anderson from the shotgun. The give is to Meason. Straight up the middle he goes for about 4. Well, they're stopping at the 46, so give me 3 on that one. 2nd and 7. And an official timeout for a Buena player, a little slow to get up. But get up he does.
Jogging off the field.
And that was Alec Tafoya, I believe.
Yeah.
Clock now moving, second down, and 7 for the Conqs. Approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Cabrillo down by 14.
Should mention that Buena and Ventura were the two teams that were moved out of the Channel 8 to make room for Lompoc, Cabrillo, and San Ynez.
Anderson fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws complete at the 40, but hit immediately. Eddie Little. He'll be a yard or so short of a first down.
He was hit hard.
And immediately. The ball just outside the 40. It'll be third down and a short 2 or long 1, any way you want to call it.
I think this is definitely 4-down territory.
I would agree with that. 2 wides. He's the deep back. He'll get the carry.
Nice move.
Breaks the tackle and gets inside the 25. Ball is stripped. Picked up by Buena. Zach Babcock there to pick up the loose ball for the Bulldogs, and they will take over. Another turnover, and that is a backbreaker. Misa had a nice run and picked up the first down and got stripped before he got to the ground.
Ball came squirting out of there like a watermelon seed.
Yard line, first and 10 Bulldogs.
So we'll turn around and go the other way. The Bulldogs will have a first and 10 at their own 25 with 1:07 left here in the third. A couple of costly turnovers by the Conquistadors so far tonight. Four wides, 2 to either side. Medina from the shotgun, hands on. It's Powell Mathis.
Number 2. Bruce Mathis on the carry, stopping at 34, Jacob.
Picked up a couple and earned every inch of it.
Breaking down by Jacob.
Second and 8.
And we have a timeout on the field.
Now we have the officials discussing something.
I think they were talking about the clock.
Clock now running. Okay, clock running. Ball is signal ready for play. So we got 45 seconds left in the quarter. And it'll be second and 8 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to either side.
And they try a reverse. Picked up about inch and a half.
Devin Morris took the pitch from Powell Mathis, and like you said, Mike, didn't get much. Nice design. Didn't work very well. Third down. And about 7. And that should bring us to the end of third quarter as the Bulldogs will walk off the field and let the final seconds tick away. 3 quarters in the books here at House Stadium tonight. It's the Buena Bulldogs 21, the Cabrillo Conquistadors 7. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 FM.
The Cabrillo Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Julie's back in the studio. We are so happy you're joining us tonight in what is our 5th broadcast of this football season. Next week, we will be right back here at Houck when the Lompoc Raiders take the field to host the St. Joseph Knights. That should be a real good one. St. Joe putting on a show this evening in their game as Lompoc takes the week off.
Yeah. And 2 major new hires in the offseason, both former St. Joe Knight coaches.
Yes, a lot of storylines next week, folks.
So there.
Cabrillo will take the week off next week as they prepare to start their league season 2 weeks from tonight against the Dos Pueblos Chargers, who are having a great start to their season.
I wouldn't say there's animosity in that game, but there will be, shall we say, a heightened desire to win.
Turn around and go the other way now. Buena will throw incomplete and bring up fourth down.
Davis pass incomplete. Tipped on the play by number 8 of the Conquistadors.
So the Bulldogs will be forced to punt.
Second punt formation for the
on 4th and 8.
Well, at least they'll line up to punt.
Yeah, they did this last time and fooled us.
Number 20, Mason Towns, and number 3.
Towns and Williams back deep for the Conqs at about their own 40.
St. Louis leads 17-10 over San Ynez.
And a short kick goes out of bounds at about the 46-yard line on the Bulldog side of the 50.
Shank that to the right side.
So the Conqs will have excellent field position to start this possession. That's the good news. Now they need to take advantage of it.
Yep. They did lose the ball a little bit the last time, but
well, they've got 11 minutes and 50 seconds to come up with a couple of touchdowns. Haven't been able to put together a whole lot of offense tonight. Their one score did come from a nice kick return of about 77 yards.
Cody Forbes way off to the top of the field.
Anderson from the shotgun. Bill Plant gets away from pressure, throws on the move. Nice pass, complete at the 35 and down around the 30.
Threw that into the area that Forbes cleared out.
Number 34, Dana Pacheco.
Dana Pacheco on the catch. And gets down to about the 31.
31-yard line.
So a big first down for the Conqs.
First and 10 Conquistadors.
Had to turn around a little bit. The sod monster rose up and grabbed him.
And Pacheco will come off the field with a little bit of a gimp.
Yep. Durham in the game now.
First and 10 Cabrillo at the Buena 31. Misa takes the handoff, tries the right side of the line and gets nowhere.
He was hit immediately, I guess you could say.
Yeah. No gain on the play. Second and 10 from the 31. Clock moving, approaching 11 minutes here left in the fourth. Buena up 14. Cabrillo needs to cash this one in. One receiver wide to either side.
Green on the near side.
Anderson takes the shotgun snap, gives it to Misa again. He finds a little gap in the middle and gets down to about the 25.
42 for the Conquistadors. Then on the stop of the Bulldogs, number 22, Tyler Tenol.
Let's give some credit to Tito Misa. He's been working hard in there tonight.
Gain on the play for the Conquistadors. Third down.
Third and 4 from the 25 now.
At the 25-yard line.
And
Jackson Anderson gets the play in from the sideline.
And once again, all 4 down territory.
Absolutely.
Towns in motion.
A collision in the backfield between Anderson and Misa. Misa will dive back to the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by number 3, Amos Lira of the.
No gain on the play. Fourth down now for the Conqs. Fourth and 4. They need to get down to the 21.
They brought Towns in motion, and the snap almost hit him, and then Anderson and Misa ran into each other. We've got Green and Towns over here on the near side. Towns in the flanker spot.
Forbes out wide right. Anderson from the shotgun. Cabrillo going for it on 4th and 4. Anderson plants him under pressure. Ball is loose in the backfield as Anderson goes down.
Jackson Anderson back to pass.
And it's Buena ball. Well, either way, it's Buena ball. They did recover the fumble.
Recovered by.
But it was 4th down anyway, so they would have turned it over on downs. That was Tafoya back in the game for the Bulldogs, recovered that loose ball in the backfield. And Buena will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33 with 9:16 left here in the game. In regulation, we should say.
If Cabrillo wants to get to overtime, they need to stop this drive here and now.
Time becoming a factor.
5 on the Wildcat.
Devin Morris
Number 5, Devin Morris.
Took the snap and picked up about 6 or 7.
Yeah, direct snap to Morris that time. Got out to about the 39.
Patrick Durham. 6-yard gain for the Bulldogs on play, 2nd down and 4.
Just shy of the 40, actually. 2nd down and 4 from there. Inside 9 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah, excellent time for a turnover there.
Yeah.
Johnson wide to the right. And
Number 5, Morris.
Morris with the carry again. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, and another late flag comes out.
They ran the mirror of the play, but
number 73.
No gain on the play. Personal foul, Cabrillo.
Against the Conquistadors.
Yeah, that's not what you need. That's going to cost them 15 yards. Put them across the 50 all the way down to the Cabrillo 45-yard line.
And that'll be a first down with 8.5 minutes left.
Automatic. First down.
Cabrillo's had some chances here tonight, but they just haven't quite been able to put it together.
3 receivers. Another Morris on the direct snap, and he'll get all the way down to the 20-yard line on the far side of the field. Got to the corner and sprinted down the sideline.
Number 20. Jason Towns.
That's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs. The ball just outside the Cabrillo 20-yard line. Well, I have a half a second. We want to say howdy to our good friend Brad. Mr. Dan Schroeder, thank you much for listening. We appreciate you being with us. Our good buddy, our volunteer back in the days, a former camera operator when TAP TV was doing football here at Hawk Stadium. Thanks, Brad.
Back in the ancient of days.
21, Robert Aguilar.
Aguilar on the carry, gets inside the 20 to about the 18. Pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Clock running under 8 minutes remaining here in the 4th.
They've just been marching down the field. Left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah. And running some clock as they do it. Clock becoming another enemy for Cabrillo right now.
Fumble.
Ball is loose, covered up by the Conquistadors, and that's the break they needed. Spencer Cothran able to fall on the loose ball as the snap was a bit errant. And finally, a turnover goes the Conquistadors' way. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Plenty of time, 7:33, but you have to make something happen here in a hurry.
Something good.
Something, yeah, preferably.
Getting to where you have to be specific. Misa.
Off a right tackle. Hits across the 30 to about the 31. Another nice run by Tito.
24, Tito Misa. Number 1.
Pick up a 5.
12.
It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 31. Clock running, approaching the 7-minute mark.
Eddie Little comes out of the game. Mason Towns goes back in.
5 yards of play is good, but right now you need a little more than that.
2 wide near side, 1 to the wide.
Ooh. Throw incomplete.
Gillies pass it to 20, Mason down to incomplete. Complete brings up third down, third and 5.
Michael Guillory at quarterback for the Conqs right now, number 4. Incomplete pass brings up third down and 5. Ball out to 31. Stops the clock with 6:49 remaining. Buena leads 21-7. Cabrillo trying to get some offense going here.
Low snap.
Hand off to Miza.
Miza drives his way out for a couple, and I'm not sure.
Forward progress through the 34.
Short of maybe entering a TARDIS somewhere in there, and how he got 2 yards out of that. That was all Tito.
4th and 2 from the 34. And the Conqs will line up to punt. Aguilar back for the Buena Bulldogs, about his own 30. And it's a fake. Snap to the front man.
And he's got a first down.
Across the 40 to about the 43-yard line.
Fake punt. Ball carried by number 23, J.J. Lombrana. Gains a number at first.
Out to the 44 goes J.J. Lombrana on the fake punt, and the Conquistadors maintain possession. First down from there.
Just under 6 minutes.
And clock running.
Ball at their own 44. Too wide to the wide side of the field. Another low snap. Late pitch. And he's still picked up a yard.
Showing a little speed, a little determination. Managed to get a yard out of that, but probably shouldn't have got anything at all. 2nd and 9, the ball just across the 45.
As that play developed, it looked like the only thing he was going to get was a headache. And
probably got that too, actually. Second and 9, 2 receivers up top. Green here to the near.
Oh, goodness. Snap came back and skipped right through the hands of number 11, Kurt Newberry. And Visa picked it out of the air and picked up yards.
Yeah. Well said. Out to the 49 goes that one. And it's third down and about 5. Two receivers up top.
Visa on the pitch.
Gets across midfield.
Couple.
Down to the 49.
Here again, player to the and on the stop with Bulldog number 1, David Duncan, and 12, Zach Adcock. Coming out on the field, time out Conquistadors. On play resumed, it will be 4th down.
Clock stop with 4:10 remaining. 4th and 3 for the Conqs at the 49-yard line. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Cabrillo Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Judy's back in the studio. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here with us at Hop Stadium this evening. We will be back here 1 week from tonight as the St. Joseph Knights come to town to take on the Lompoc Braves in the final preseason matchup before Channel League play opens up 2 weeks from tonight.
And I will make a prediction, Greg. There will be some thumping.
That is going to be a good one. Please join us at 6:45. We'll have a pregame interview with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. Kickoff scheduled for 7 o'clock. It should be a doozy.
Wish we should say it's scheduled for 6:45.
But tonight's game was scheduled to start at 6:45 as well. Didn't quite work out.
St. Joe's a little bit closer than Ventura, but
I don't think they'll have any trouble on the 101 anyway.
No.
So here we go, 4th down and 3. Cabrillo will line up to go for it. Michael Guillory takes the shotgun snap, rolls right, plants, throws, incomplete.
Guillory's pass intended for number 20, Mason Towns, incomplete.
And that will turn the ball over to the Buena Bulldogs on downs.
Ball run downs to the Buena Bulldogs.
They'll have a first down at their own 49 with just over 4 minutes remaining. They're up 2 scores.
And I doubt we're going to see the ball in the air.
That would surprise me. Both teams with a pair of timeouts and 4:05 left on the clock.
Don't think we'll see Buena using too many timeouts.
Yeah, probably not.
Powell.
Bruce Powell Mathis.
Bruce Powell Mathis, the ball carrier for the
Gets down to the Cabrillo 48-yard line or so. Just inside the 49. We'll give him 2 second and 8. Clock says 3:45 remaining. The scoreboard says 21-7 Buena. And the change says 2nd and 8.
Didn't realize you have all these inanimate objects talking here.
And the officials say false start Buena.
Second down.
Back the Bulldogs up 5 to their own 46-yard line and call it 2nd down.
3:29 left in regulation. Clock running on.
2nd and 13 for the Bulldogs.
Ooh.
There goes Powell Mathis again. Gets back into Cabrillo territory and gets down to the 45-yard line of the Conquistadors. It'll be a 3rd down and about 4. Clock running. We are at 3 minutes. I was going to tell you earlier, there's a nice little contingent of Buena Bulldog fans across the way as well. Not full by any means, but there's 50 or more.
Fumble.
Ball is loose in the backfield, covered up, however.
And I think we have a flag.
And a flag here on the near sideline.
On the snap, covered by quarterback number 10.
We'll get this sorted out. Bulldogs will maintain possession. Ball start declined.
Ball start.
The Braves will. Bulldogs will be faced with a 4th down from their own 49-yard line as the Conquistadors will decline the penalty. Clock stop with 2:32 left here in the game. Buena leads 21-7, and they should be punting this one away. Tyler Williams, Mason Towns back deep for the Conqs at about their own 25.
And out on the field, timeout, Conquistadors.
And Cabrillo will spend a timeout. With 2:32. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Cabrillo Radio Network.
Well, you don't want to ever see anybody go 0-5 to start their season.
No.
That's going to be tough to recover from.
Well, maybe the Giants.
Cabrillo's having a bit of trouble putting some sustainable offense together.
Mm-hmm.
And now after the timeout, the Conqs will line up with one man, Mason Towns back deep. It looks like they're going after a block for this one.
They've been close a couple times.
Here comes the rush. Kick is away. Nice, high, booming kick. And the ball is touched by Mason Towns.
No.
No? Did they?
No, he called fair catch, but I don't think he ever made contact. He came up and and tried to fake them, and they.
A Bulldog grabbed it and ran into the end zone. We'll sort this out. Looks like it's going to be Cabrillo ball.
And as soon as, since he didn't touch it, as soon as it was touched by the Bulldogs, it's a dead ball.
He did touch it.
Yeah. Yeah, now they're going to, after a zebra huddle,
they're going to call that a fumble recovery. I thought he touched that when he was diving for it. So one last bad break. And the Bulldogs have a first down at the Cabrillo 20-yard line with 2:22 left. There goes Bruce Powell Mathis, still on his feet, fighting his way down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
And it'll be another first down.
And this one will be first and goal for the Buena Bulldogs. The ball at the Cabrillo 8-yard line. Clock running, 2:10 left in the game. There's Powell Mathis again, taking some big hits. Did he get in? No, just shy. Inside the 1. We were had this position once before on the other side of the field, and the Bulldogs lost the ball.
Ooh.
No such action this time. That's short of the goal line, however.
They're going to go short.
Bruce Powell Mathis, ball carrier.
That's as close as you can get without being there.
Number 54.
It'll be a third down and goal. Well, just outside
And also 33.
the goal line. Third and incredibly short. Can I say it? Third and a skosh.
Yep, I think we're ready for the skosh.
Clock running, approaching 1 minute remaining.
I was able to run into Tom the other day, and he's recovering nicely. So.
Oh, good. Perhaps we'll get a chance to meet with him next week. The Conquistadors will take their final timeout, stopping the clock at 59.6.
On the 28th, and then return
It's 21-7. Buena leads, and they are knocking on the door once again. They obviously don't need to score, but they do need 59 seconds to go away. Don't forget, we will be back on the air 1 week from tonight, right here at Conqs Stadium, when the Lompoc Braves will host the St. Joseph Knights.
In the fourth quarter, San Marcos leads Channel Islands 15-0. San Luis Obispo's up 17-10 on San Ynez, also in the third quarter. Let's see, who else do we have here? Oh, goodness.
That sounds ominous.
Rigetti's up on Soledad 35-12. Mission Prep leads Layton 68-14, or excuse me, that's a final. Morro Bay is down 27-20 to Viewpoint.
And a quarterback keeper on third and goal.
And on the stop of the Conquistadors, number 42, Abraham Perez, and number 8.
That was Morris on the carry. It'll be fourth down, clock running, 40 seconds to go.
Lost about 2.
And oddly enough, the Buena Bulldogs will line up for a field goal attempt with 30 seconds remaining.
Looks like about a 20-yarder.
This will be Taylon Butterbaugh with her first field goal attempt of the night. Snap is good. The kick is away. It is good, but we have a flag down. False start against the Buena Bulldogs. We'll negate that.
Back it up 5 and give her another shot at it. Camarillo is beating Ventura 49-17. Now St. Louis is up 20-10 on San Ynez. Bishop Diego defeated Golden Valley 28-14. Liberty beat Templeton 67-27.
8-yard line.
Paso Robles beat Pioneer Valley 21-7. Arroyo Grande beat Napomo 38-0. Carpinteria beat Fillmore 27-14.
Timeout here on the field called by the Bulldogs with 18.3 seconds remaining. The field goal was negated by a false start penalty, moving the ball back to the 8. And they will line up to try this again. This one will be about a 24-yarder. Kick looks good. It is good.
25-yard field goal.
So Talon Butterball doing the job here for the Buena Bulldogs tonight with 14.4 seconds left. It's now Buena 24, Cabrillo 7.
And I don't believe she has missed at all this year.
Certainly hasn't missed tonight.
They did attempt a 2-point conversion that she was not involved in. So if you're looking at numbers, touchdowns and extra points kind of thing. But that was not on her.
So with a 24-7 lead and 14.4 ticks left on the clock, the Bulldogs will get ready to kick off. And they are that far away from picking up their first victory of the year. That will make a much more pleasant bus ride home than the one here apparently was.
In the kickoff of the Buena Bulldogs, number
Traffic
9,
should be lighter as well.
Each for the Conquistadors, number 20, Mason Towns, number 7, Jordan Green.
Have not had an update on that Pacifica Santa Barbara score since the half, but trailing 20.
Squib kick, fielded at about the 30-yard line.
Ooh.
And slipping down at the 30.
Mason Towns.
Towns gets to the 30, and that's where the Conquistadors will take over. They got 9.4 seconds, no timeouts, and down 24-7. So this one is going to go in the victory column for the Buena Bulldogs.
Cabrillo comes back in 2 weeks and tries again against San Marcos.
And the final play of the game will be a running play off a right tackle.
Tito Miza.
Miza. Maybe a yard, and the clock will run out on Tito Miza and the Cabrillo Conquistadors. Cabrillo just
player of the game for his continued stellar play in the linebacker position goes to number 54, Patrick Durham.
Patrick Durham just named player of the game for the Conquistadors, doing an excellent job from his linebacker spot.
And please drive home safely.
Special mention for Tito Miza as well for a terrific effort. Didn't get great numbers, but the effort was certainly there.
But his number count tonight is the bruises he has.
Yeah. And Cabrillo just unable to put together any sustained offense. The 7 points they got came on a kick return. Just couldn't generate any yards.
And unable to really take advantage of some opportunities.
Some turnovers cost them.
Very inopportune times. Several of them in plus territory. And they just can't quite seem to put it all together.
Well, that takes the Conquistadors to 0-5 on the year. As we said earlier, they will take next week off for their bye, and they will come back 2 weeks from that on the 28th to head down to San Marcos to take on Dos Pueblos in their opening Channel League game.
Dos Pueblos.
We will be back here at Hawk Stadium next week as the Lompoc Braves host the St. Joseph Knights in their final preseason game before their Channel League schedule starts in 2 weeks.
Which should be a real barn burner.
That should be a doozy. Please join us at 6:45 for a pregame with an interview with head coach Andrew Jones, and kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. That's 1 week from tonight right here at Hawk Stadium. So, for Judy Baker back at the studio.
Hi, Judy.
For Mike Loney to my right, that's the Statmaster. I'm Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you tuning in this evening and all season long. Our final score, once again, from Hawk Stadium, the Buena Bulldogs 24, the Cabrillo Conquistadors 7. Good night, everybody. See you next week.